Why don't you start at the beginning? Tell us your connection to 9/11.
Well, anyone that knows me knows that I lost my sister Carol on 9/11. She was on the first plane that hit the towers. Everyone remembers that day where they were, what they were doing, and in those days following, and the show of patriotism in the country was overwhelming. And I'd like to ask everyone to remember that and to fly an American flag for the 10th anniversary. I know there are many people that have always done it and always will do it, and that's wonderful. Other people become complacent and they forget. Not that it doesn't mean everything to them. They just have other things to occupy their mind, and they forget. So I want to remind everybody not to forget and to fly an American flag and to spread the word, to tell everyone. I would like this to go across the country and maybe beyond our borders. There were many people from other countries that died that day too. So it's not just an American thing. It was worldwide, but we need to show our patriotism, fly the flag. We need some renewed patriotism for all of us. We're fighting two wars. The tragedy with the Navy SEALs, and the ongoing tragedy we see in Washington. It's tearing us up. So let's do something united for all of us to get a sense of community, sense of country, and show our patriotism.
I think as important as the patriotism, and especially to families like you who lost somebody in 9/11, seeing the unity and seeing everybody else come together to support you and the families and our country, I would think that would bring solace to people who lost somebody on 9/11.
Yeah. I agree, and I think I can honestly say I speak for other families of victims to renew your patriotism and show your support, and to never forget the almost 3,000 people that died on that day. And they all left somebody behind, and a lot of broken hearts.
Can you believe it's been 10 years?
You know, when I talk to people, they shake their head and they say, you know, I can't believe it's been 10 years, and it's gone by so fast. You know, we like to say time heals all, but it's going to take more time.
And it would help to see other people supporting the country.
That's right. That's right. You know, I remember the days following the tragedy. They had a memorial at the State House, and there was, I don't know, 30,000 plus people on the lawn with candles, and it was overwhelming, but beautiful. I'd like to do it again. You know, people are wonderful.
Can you tell us a little bit about Carol?
Carol never had any children. She worked at Kent Hospital. She loved her job, helping people. Carol was always about helping others. She was a mentor in the Warwick school system mentor program, and she had a passion for it. And she loved her kids, and the folks she worked with couldn't say enough good about her. She was a wonderful friend. If anybody that knew her knew that. And there's a wonderful memorial in Oakland Beach that friends put together, or volunteers, for the three people that died that day. With Carol, Renee Newell, that was an airline ticket agent. They were together on the plane, and Mark Charette, that worked in the towers. They were all from Warwick. And if you see that memorial out at Oakland Beach, it's just wonderful, and understanding that it was donations and community that put that together, along with the city of Warwick donating the land, and it was just a wonderful thing. Over here in East Providence, we have Freedom Green, and we have a bench over there with Carol's name on it for remembrance, and the Wall of Hope, and there's a number of places now. The Ground Zero in New York is coming together. It's been slow, and there's been a lot of criticism, but things take time, and it's coming together, and the phoenix is rising. Carol's missed. I don't know what to say. You know, for anyone to have to go through that, I just can't imagine. And I know in the weeks to come, we're going to be seeing the films, and we're going to be reliving and all of it. It's painful, but I think it's necessary that we never forget. And I use that term a lot when I talk to people, because we do get complacent and we forget. And we never want to let our guard down. We want to remember what happened, how it happened, and I'm not sure why it happened, but it's just, we never want to see anything like that again on our soil or anybody's soil. Hopefully we can do away with terrorism.
Tell me about the support that you've received from Rhode Islanders, from your community, from your friends here.
I just can't say enough. That afternoon of 9/11, I came home and my front porch, my house was filled with friends. And ongoing for many, many days after that. I received different mementos from people. I have a case in the other room with all kinds of remembrances, collectibles from 9/11 that people have bought and given to me in Carol's memory. The local Lions gave me a beautiful picture with that picture from Ground Zero with the 3 firemen and the flag and stamps. And I've received flags that have flown over bases in Afghanistan and Iraq, and one was on a jet flowing over Iraq, and it was signed by the crew in the plane, and I mean, unbelievably wonderful thing. So I love where I live. We have great people, and I just want everybody to stay the course and never forget.
So for people who are at home and they want to help, they want to do something, they want to feel connected to people who lost someone, you think that flying the flag will be a good visual reminder, a good show of unity?
I think so. I know so. And I would like to say, if you've got a flag and you don't need a flag, maybe you could give a flag to somebody that doesn't have one, and spread it out. You should see that everybody has a flag, because it's our flag. We pledge allegiance to it, and we die for it. And it's important to display it proudly. Treat it with respect.
One more question. Can you just tell me about how you found out that Carol was involved in 9/11 when she passed?
It was kind of weird. That morning I was with three colleagues from work, and we were on our way to Boston to do a presentation for a project. And we were driving and listening to the radio of what was unfolding, and it was just, you know, unbelievable. I thought it was something out of the War of the Worlds with Orson Welles. And as you're listening, and my mind's wandering, and I remembered my sister was traveling, and she was leaving out of Boston, and it was just something that came over me, and I said, I think that was my sister's plane. And I didn't know how to react. I was like, I was unsure, but I was getting overwhelmed. And then I had a phone call from my mother, and she said that it was confirmed it was her plane. We were driving to Boston, and we could see planes coming in. I didn't know then, but all the planes were being grounded, and this was like 9:30 that morning, and I didn't get back here till 1:30 that afternoon, and that's when everybody was here. Wow. But yeah, it was confirmed that it was her plane, and it's just unbelievable. You know, and a lot of people thought at the time, they told me later that, you know, somebody's going to know somebody. You know, having two planes leaving out of Boston. And it's just, we had, I believe, 12 people locally that died, and on two different planes. So it's just unbelievable how it all worked out. And you know, as a result, I've become friends with some of the victims' families, and we have a bond that we'll have forever. And we get together and hopefully support each other when we can. So I feel very close to those people.
In the 10 years since 9/11, tell me about any highs or lows, like the capturing of Osama bin Laden, or...
Oh, yes. That was some closure. And the fact that they never recovered any remains from Carol has been difficult for closure. But that was definitely a high to get that guy that was behind it all, and we've been chasing him for so long, and so many of our soldiers have lost their lives in that pursuit. You know, we're in the East on foreign soil as a result of 9/11. I just feel responsible when someone dies over there because of this. And you know, we talk about the victims' families from 9/11, but there's also the victims' families from our soldiers that are left behind, and you never forget them. And the troops that have come back, and some of them with physical wounds, some of them with mental wounds, all of them with emotional wounds, and we can never forget them. There's a motorcycle run that happens every year. I did it 2 years in a row. That is with police and fire and military, Port Authority, that leaves from New York and goes to Western Pennsylvania to crash site of Flight 93 and goes to the Pentagon to that crash site and back to ground zero. And it's a three-day ride that is unbelievably powerful, and I was proud to ride with those people, and just because of my schedule and my situation, I haven't been able to do it in a few years, but I know they're still doing it, and it was police escorted the whole way, and so emotional, so powerful. I'm very grateful to have done it twice, and to meet the people along the way. Shanksville is a very powerful site. So going in the Pentagon was pretty exciting to be there. So I've done some good things, and you know, some good has come out of this, and I've met wonderful people. I had the honor of reading the names one year at Ground Zero on the memorial. That was truly an honor. So, you know, the state of Rhode Island, remembering those victims every year is special. I don't know what they're going to do this year. We haven't heard, but I'll be back in town. Oh, and you know, there's another thing I wanted to tell you too. For a few years following 9/11, I had the opportunity to go to a middle school to speak to over 200 students that were too young to remember what had happened. And there's a lot of teachers out there that actively are teaching this in schools so that the kids know what's going on. And I had a chance to sit in front of them and speak and answer questions. And the first year I got a loose leaf binder with something from every child that they wrote and pictures, and you know, to me that's another thing that's very, very special. I'll cherish that. So I'm looking for the positive to help with the hurt, but the hurt's always there. So if I can just recap, I'm asking everybody to fly an American flag for the anniversary of 9/11, the 10th anniversary, and to never forget and pass the word.